All right, got my 2019 High Country. It's got the 6.2. Thing's a monster. If you've seen my other video, I had the 26s on it, but as you can see, there's snow on the ground now. So ordered some Verde 20s off of Amazon. It's about 900 bucks for the set. Free shipping to Alaska too if you're a Prime member. Pretty sweet. Decided to go with the black. Put the stock 20s that came with the truck on my 01 Silverado. It was needing some new wheels and tires anyways, so yeah, went with the studless winter Toyos. I haven't run studs in a while, just been doing the studless, siped, pretty grippy. They're GSI 5s. Went with the stock size 275 60 R20. And put the spike lug nuts on there. I had those lug nuts in the garage for a couple years and decided to use them. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of them right now, but they were laying around, so I said, what the hell. Little shot of the front. Got the LED lights, highs and lows. Also, new added on is the 30-inch rigid light bar, SR series. It's a spot flood combo. Puts out pretty good light. Way better than just the high beams on, but didn't have as much distance as I thought. But that could be just because of where it's mounted and maybe the grill blocking some of the light. But it does put out a lot of light. So I've got about 5,500 miles on the truck so far. There's 4 things I've identified that I don't like so far. And while we're on the outside, I'll talk about that real quick. The exhaust note. I mean, there's none really. And for having a dual exhaust, 6.2 liter V8, you'd think it'd at least have a little bit of rumble, but it doesn't. Still waiting on Corsa to put something out. I had their exhaust on my Tahoe and I was pretty impressed with it. But other than that, on the outside, I have no complaints. The other thing I didn't really like, I think GM could have done a way better job on, is the shifter handle. It's just this cheap textured plastic. For being a High Country trim, you'd think there'd be leather wrapped, or my Duramax High Country, the 2015, had a chrome tip here, I believe, and leather wrapped, but just seems cheap, like it's out of the WT trim. Pretty basic. I think they could have done a better job there. The other thing is the steering wheel kind of seems thin. I kind of got used to it now, but right at first it just seemed like it didn't fit, I guess is the best way to describe it. It just seemed really thin. And then the last thing is it doesn't have the adjustable pedals. It's got a bunch of different buttons here. It's got this is for the auto off. If you come up to a stoplight, if you're fully stopped, foot on the brake, the engine will shut off, which is pretty annoying, but click that there and that feature goes away. It's got the button for the bed to open and close. Another kind of weird feature here, this button will open all the windows. This one activates the outlet out in the bed of the truck, traction control, hazards, and then your lane departure warning there. I like it so far. The interior is cool. They've got the knob here, change the mode, driving mode. You got tour, sport, off-road, and then there's your tow haul. Instead of having it at the end of the shifter, It's just this knob here changes that now. And then I like how they went with the buttons for the 4-wheel drive now. Instead of the knob that kind of matched the headlight deal. So it's got LEDs in the bed. Pretty sweet. Another cool feature is that's the rear view mirror right there. It's an HD camera up on the back of the cab. It's got different deals there. You can change the brightness. You can zoom in and out. It's pretty cool. You can adjust up and down on the camera as well. So to flick that off, you just flip the mirror handle down here and that turns it off. Flick it back up and you're back to camera mode. The reverse camera, there's a bunch of different options here. You look out the front, look out the back. That's kind of a top view. Just a combination of mirrors and backup camera in the tailgate. This is like a front view looking back. Got your mirrors there, front, back. And then this is for your hitch. There's a camera points down so you can line up to your trailer better. So a bunch of different options there. It's pretty neat. It's come in handy so far. And yeah, still loving the truck. 5,500 miles. Those things I mentioned before are the only things I really don't like about it. But maybe I can order a different shifter handle there, and the exhaust, I'm just waiting on Corsa to come out with something. If you've seen my other video on my Tahoe, I like the way that Corsa sounded on that 5.3, so whenever they release one for this truck, I'll probably get that installed and do another video.